Alright, we are on the play for match 3 of this league with what I would consider a very keepable hand. I like it. We have a land, we have a Serum Visions. That's most of the reason this is a keep. Goyf is the only spell we actually can't cast off of a Steam Vents. Thought Scour not necessarily great. Tarfire looking to be very good if we're up against something aggressive. Stubborn Denial might do a non-zero amount of work, and Vapor Snag, probably not what we're actually looking for here. Given that we have Tarfire in hand, I'm going to get a Steam Vents here. If Tarfire was anything that isn't red, I'm probably getting a Breeding Pool. Having the Burn Spell means I would rather grab the Steam Vents so that we can cast the Burn Spell. Burn Spells are very good against aggro decks. If we don't have the Burn Spell, though, why hope to top deck it when we actually have a green threat? I mean, there is a chance that you top deck the Burn Spell and that ends up being what you needed. Blooming Marsh for the opponent means we're probably not getting punished for keeping a one-lander. You'll notice we scried Delver and Nux to the bottom. We need lands. Hey, get there. I'm pretty sure we slam Goyf here. I mean, what else are we doing? Holding up Stubborn Denial? Holding up 2 Thought Scours? That's not the worst. I think we slam Goyf. Main deck, Relic of Progenitus. Lantern? Maybe? Most Blooming Marsh decks are mid-rangey. Green-black Tron, that makes sense. Okay. Not where I was first headed, but that makes sense. They can shrink our Goyf at their leisure, which makes our Stubborn Denial really quite bad. Mishra's Bauble, though, not even close to that degree of poor. Take a quick look at what we will potentially draw. Maybe we want to Thought Scour ourselves. Maybe we don't. It's another Bauble. I kind of want to draw that. I definitely want to attack with Goyf. Now, we might actually want to Scour ourselves here. We want to try to force them to crack Relic. But at the same time, that second Mishra's Bauble, something I would like to use after they've cracked Relic. What are you gonna do? Let's draw some cards. Oh, we milled a land. That's pretty good. Stubborn Denial not online. Very relevant. The opponent can probably afford to take this. If they have a Fatal Push, I might just cash in the Denial. Maybe they're cracking the Star hoping to hit said push. Here's a push. Denial's not really getting much better. If this was a Hooting Mandrills, I'd want to keep Denial in hand so that we can counter something like a Karn or an Ugin. As is, doesn't look very likely like that Denial is going to be countering any Karns or Ugins this game. Goyf needs to hit 4-5 status for that to happen. Relic of Progenitus actively making it harder for Goyf to hit that 4-5 status. We draw second Goyf. That could be good, but probably won't be. Second Tron land for the opponent. Second Relic for the opponent. What do we get rid of here? Probably the second Bauble. After that, I imagine it's the Thought Scour. Opponent sends it back to us. Delver of Secrets, a very nice pickup here. Something less likely to get ruined by these relics. I don't know how probable it actually is that they just get it off the top, but given that the opponent can pop both of these and draw for turn, I feel like they're going to have Tron shortly. So this is an 0-1. Do I want to Thought Scour us here to make it bigger? Maybe we just Tarfire their face? Grows Goyf by 2 points, that's not the worst. Let's go with the Scour play. Yeah, let's do that. It's iffy. It's very much iffy. Oh, we put 2 card types in the bin, so that's alright. The opponent elects to take the damage. If this is an Ugin here, we are going to definitely be in trouble. Then again, if... Oh, I didn't realize we drew a Steam Vents. That's a misplay. We should have played that Steam Vents. Probably tapped. Don't think we need access to the burn spell right away, but we definitely should have put it on the table. Our life total not going to be that relevant. Tron very much goes over the top. However, sooner or later they're going to try to kill us. Let's get rid of the island. We're going to want to remember that we don't have islands in the deck. There's the Tron land. Here's an expedition map. Maybe it's just a Karn? Is it nothing? Oh, it's nothing. Oh my lord, they do have Tron, right? Those are three distinct lands. Okay. Reveal Mana Leak. That's a good one. At this point of the game, I do think we shock. We swing with both. How important is shocking here? I think it's relevant. They're going to get another tower off of this map. They're going to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. I mean, Mana Leak's not exactly going to be good, but it's going to be there. We also might just want to send 2 burn spells at them. We're going to get in. The opponent takes 5. That's pretty fine by me. We have 5 points of burn in our hand, so I don't think we need to go for the Tarfire right away there. I would rather save it in case the opponent goes for the Relic again. If they pop the Relic before damage, we can just Tarfire their face. Seems pretty good. They grabbed a Sanctum of Ugin, so maybe they're going for... Yeah, they know that we have Mana Leak, so they're going for threat redundancy. I can back that. That makes sense to me. Chromatic Star. Crack it. That's perfectly fine. Maybe it's an Ancient Stirrings, try to find a threat. Maybe it's, who knows? Green mana, plus more. Sylvan Scrying. I think that's perfectly fine and we can't interact with it regardlessly, so that is going to resolve. The opponent grabbed a tower. 7. They had access to 8 mana. Now I kind of want to fire off a Lightning Bolt. I don't want to start with the Tarfire because the Tarfire grows Tarmogoyf. So we're going to do that. Bolt them. That makes these 2 lethal. They either need removal or they have to pop Relic. We picked up a Snapcaster Mage, which is debatably the best draw in our deck. I think plain Bolt might be ever so slightly better. I do believe we hold up Mana Leak. Well, I guess we can't counter a Fatal Push anyways. Go to blockers. They have actually quite a bit of mana. So we're going to Tarfire them. And I believe I did my math right. They take 2, they go to 5. This is a 2-3, this is a 3-2. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Opponent falls over. Opponent falls over. There you go. Huh. We actually did a very good job playing around those 2 relics. I'm really happy with how that game went. Let's go to the board. Anyone who's been keeping up with that sideboard spreadsheet I have, you can find a link in the description below. Oh, I don't think I've ever said link in the description below. You will find that Green-Black Tron is a matchup I have recently prepared for. So let's see. Past Me says we should take out 1 Traverse. What else? 1 Forked Bolt, that makes sense. Traverse, a little closer to Inevitability, something we definitely don't have here. Forked Bolt, probably not that great in a matchup full of massive Planeswalkers and fatties. Couple lightning bolts. I do like lightning bolt to some degree in this matchup just because you do need reach, and you can bolt a Karn that gets resolved and then takes down immediately. That's a common way we have of finishing off Karns. It's really not that great though. I think I want to take out a Vapor Snag. It's not going to do too much. Dismember also going to go. Not a lot of creatures we need to worry about here. They do run Wormcoil Engine. And 2 Spell Snare. Spell Snare is nice because it hits Sylvan Scrying. I'm pretty sure I checked and I don't think it hits anything else. Collective Brutality. Those are the 2 spells it hits. Something like 6 cards. I don't want it. We're going to bring in Ancient Grudge. You know how we boarded out our answers to Wormcoil Engine? We're boarding in better ones. Destructive Revelry. They also hit O-Stone, very relevant. Expedition Map if they tap out. Ceremonious Rejection. Counters Ugin and Karn for 1 mana. 3 Blood Moon. For those times when you don't want to counter the Karn, you just want to make it so they can't cast it. And Mountain. Help us speed up a little bit. Make Blood Moon a little better. I like it. I wonder if EE is anything even close to good. I don't think so. Most of their 1 CMC artifacts they want to get into the graveyard anyways, so I don't think that's a big concern. And there's not much else that EE actually hits in the matchup. So that's not something I really care to have. 2 lands, the other Traverse, no threats here. We are probably going to start off on a Serum Visions though, and we have some decent interactions, so I think it's a keep. The opponent notably mulled down to 6 last game. Not sure how relevant that is. Disrupting Shoal would have been really nice here. Shoaling Expedition Maps is one of my favorite hobbies. Okay, second Stubborn Denial. That actually makes me not want to cast the Serum Visions, but at the same time, they probably just go land, map, do the thing. Blood Moon, okay, so if we hit a land fairly soon, we're actually going to be in good shape. We can traverse for the land, so I'm going to top the Delver of Secrets. It's basically going to be, do I want to hold up Stubborn Denial or not? Second Tron. Second Tower specifically. That means no turn 3 Tron for the opponent. That means we're going to traverse out a forest and cast that Delver of Secrets. No need to worry about Karn just yet. Get a basic forest. They might see the Blood Moon coming. If they don't, cool. Even if they do, they have to play around it, which slows them down to a non-zero degree. And that is my favorite type of slowing the opponent down. They crack map, probably not getting a third Urza's Tower. They grabbed a power plant, makes sense. If Blood Moon looks bad, we might just scour ourselves depending on what Delver reveals. Here's a relic, that doesn't scare me. Blood Moon might be really good here. Sure. We'll dump Traverse. If we exile the Serum Visions, it's unlikely that Snapcaster Traverse is very good. We're gonna cast a Blood Moon soon, but we don't actually have that many sorceries either. Let's just get rid of that. The opponent's going to need an egg if they want to get colored mana through this moon. Snapcaster Mage, not going to be very good, but I do want to cast Blood Moon right here. Hopefully this Delver can transform, and we can get this game over with before they hit 6 land drops. Blood Moon alone does not beat Tron decks. Sooner or later, they hit their land drops, and they have so many answers to it. They usually board in things like Naturalize. I believe it's Naturalize. Yeah, Naturalize. That's the one where the person controlling the enchantment or artifact gains life. Natural Swamp for the opponent. Chromatic Star, meaning they get access to green mana at their leisure. What does Delver see? Serum Visions? Serum Visions. Well, that's fine by me. 3 damage a turn is not nothing. Now, if I recall, Oblivion Stone costs 3 mana to cast. I'm just going to pull up a Tron list because I'm blanking. I believe it's 3 to cast, 5 to activate. Oblivion Stone, 3 to cast, 5 to activate, 4 to activate if you just want to put a counter on something. In that case, the opponent having 5 mana doesn't really scare me at all, so I think we just cast this Visions. Relic going to do a very good job of handling our graveyard, but who knows what we could draw off this. A land. Okay. That's not great. Denial and Snapcaster Mage, even worse. We can Destructive Revelry a Relic at our leisure, but that seems quite awful. We're really hoping the opponent doesn't have a Fatal Push here. If they do, we're going to be in some trouble. Second red source means that Knuckleblade is live off the top. That's something. They crack Relic. Graveyard's going to go away. The opponent hoping to draw into whatever it is they're hoping to draw into. Second Power Plant. There's the green mana. This is probably going to be a search effect. Or it's a Thragtusk. That's pretty sweet. I like that a lot. Green-black does board in Thragtusks. Makes our job a lot harder. We can shoot this Relic with the Revelry, and that actually doesn't seem that bad because it gets Revelry out of our hand, which I guess isn't that much of a priority, but it means that our graveyard synergies are going to be good, and next turn we can even snap Revelry. I kind of like that play. Snap Revelry, of course, isn't important until we have another good Revelry target. But if the opponent goes turn 6 Wormcoil Engine or something to that effect, Snap Revelry doesn't look all that bad. Don't get me wrong, it's still not even close to winning us the game, but not that bad. We're going to take the hit off Thragtusk since we very much want to race. Even though we're not necessarily winning this one, we do want to kill the opponent as quickly as possible. Collective Brutality, not something we can counter, which is quite bad for us. Well, it's going to resolve. We're going to discard a Stubborn Denial, and I believe we're just going to scour ourselves. Oh no, they drained. Did they drain? They didn't drain. They only cast it for one mode? Yeah, they only went for the one mode. Map is fine. Is it fine? We can Denial it, make them pay 1, untap, snap Revelry. That doesn't seem great. Map's fine. They get a land, but until Blood Moon comes off, that's probably okay. I imagine they're getting a forest if they're running it. Star comes down. Let's Thought Scour ourselves. We need to hit... Well, Mandrills is a start, that's for sure. Mandrills is a start. Mandrills with Delver is even better. We're not going to trade them for the Thragtusk. 2 cards need to go. Delver of Secrets, probably Thought Scour. Yeah, it's the Thought Scour. I want to keep Goyf as good as I can for if/when we top deck it. The opponent going to have access to 7 mana this turn if they have a land. So they swing for 5, assuming they have Stone Cold nothing. What do we do? We're dead in 3 turns. They're dead in about 3 turns as well. We have a Snapcaster Mage. I think we keep hoping that racing is good. If they have anything like a Karn, we're in a very bad spot, but there's not a lot we can do to stop that. If we hold up the Stubborn Denial instead of playing the Delver, it's kind of okay. That's something we're going to want to blow up. The problem is, if we attack into that and then blow it up, we're not actually in a great spot due to the lifelink token it's going to make. The Death Touch one, not as relevant. Sixth land, also not something I want to see. Delver not transforming, not something I want to see. We are officially on the back foot. Okay. If we just pass, we can... What can we do? This is quite bad. We need to deal with Thragtusk, the token it's going to leave behind. Deal with Wormcoil, the tokens it's going to leave behind. This is why Tron is favored against mid-range decks. You don't do a good job outvaluing them. If we had a bunch of Terminates, we wouldn't be in a great spot. Then again, we're not in a great spot as is. Don't think we bother playing this Misty. We need to snap Revelry at some point. I don't know if it's right here. If we swing with both creatures and snap Revelry the Wormcoil, we're going to end up putting the opponent... Well, I guess we don't swing with Delver in that case, because that's just silly. Then again, maybe we do, and we don't care about blocking with Delver. Blocking with Snapcaster Mage means we get 1 extra turn to live. The opponent's going to gain 3 off of their lifelink token. So we swing with both, assume they try to block the Mandrills, blow this up. Trample does 4 damage, Delver does 1, Revelry does 2, the opponent goes to 9. We have a Snapcaster Mage in play. They have 11 power. We block Thragtusk. We go down to 1. They gain 3 life. They're back at 12. Delver transforms. We don't have an out. There's no card on top of our deck that saves us there. Unless we top deck something like a Goyf and keep hoping they have nothing. They can block the Delver of Secrets here to invalidate Trample. They chose not to. That's fine. 1, 2. Cast that. Revelry gets targeted automatically. Cast this, blow this up, green, red. If we had a Lightning Bolt here, we'd be in a pretty decent spot. We don't have a Lightning Bolt. The opponent at 9. I don't think we bother playing this Misty. It doesn't really threaten anything extra. The opponent now on 7 mana, and there's a whole host of other cards in their deck, threatening to just obliterate us. We're gonna chump the Thragtusk, go down to 1. Hope the opponent has absolutely nothing. We draw something very good, and they continue to have absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, Thragtusk is not absolutely nothing. We were just a little too slow coming out of the gate. Wooded Foothills, we also have that problem. I don't think we bother playing anything. We're going to pass to them and just die. That's okay. We're going to be on the play for Game 3. I can live with that. That's an acceptable circumstance. The opponent swings with the team. If we had Fog and then gave all of our creatures double strike after Delver transformed and we had a Bolt, we could pull this game out. We also need them to not play anything relevant, or we could just... Maybe we end up denying any relevant spells, and then we have Fog into all creatures you control, have double strike into Lightning Bolt. That would work. That would win us the game. Anyways, not the circumstance. Don't think I want Vapor Snag, since Ancient Grudge and Revelry just do a better job of dealing with Wormcoil, I think. Vapor Snag, very bad against Thragtusk. Dismember, okay against Thragtusk, I guess. Not very good. Maybe we want the 4th Bolt? 4th Bolt effect, that is. What would I cut for this? Nux would have been nice off the top. Don't think that's something I want to get rid of. I could see cutting a Snapcaster Mage. That actually doesn't sound so bad. Lighten up. Lighten up a little bit. I don't mind trying that. Let's give that a go. We're going to be on the play, MTGO. This hand is a keep. Turn 1, Thought Scour. Turn 2, Goyf. Hopefully reject something at some point. We might not even Thought Scour ourselves. Maybe we just pitch that to Shoal. Maybe we don't even have to because we just end up using rejection on their turn 1 map. Who knows? I actually kind of want more Disrupting Shoals in the deck, I think, at this point. Flooded Strand, go to the opponent. That's probably getting a basic island. I definitely want to play around my own Blood Moons. Here is a Tron land. We are just going to cast Thought Scour since they didn't threaten us with anything. Delver of Secret's a good pickup. We milled Blood Moon and Ceremonious Rejection, which are two of our best cards. We found another Blood Moon. I think we slam Goyf. Get a Stomping Ground. Yup. Play this big boy out. I don't hate keeping Delver in hand because it always pitches to Shoal to counter something like Fatal Push, which could very well win a game. Looks like the opponent just has natural Tron. That or they have not a lot. We could play out a Mandrills here. It's going to make our Goyf pretty small. We can play Mandrills. We could play all the threats in our hand. That leaves us open to something like Karn. I don't really like that. If anything, I probably play Mandrills. That makes Goyf an 0-1 though. But if they play a Karn and then we counter it, Goyf is a 2-3. That's not the worst. Definitely not the worst. You know what? This gives us more power overall, and it also plays around Relic to an extent. A Tron land we are not scared of. O-Stone is worth countering, especially when it grows Tarmogoyf. Board wipes are good against us. I kind of want to Thought Scour here because of the possibility of growing Goyf. I don't plan on playing out Delver once I Thought Scour. We also might hit something good, and we're not actually putting any counterspells down. Here we go. Play that out. Do I want to play the Delver? I kind of like keeping Delver in hand so we can counter Fatal Push. At the same time, that's not really necessary. If the opponent has another Tron land and slams Ugin, Delver is really bad because we lost our entire board. I don't like losing my entire board. I'm just going to get in for 7. Which actually gives us lethal with this Lightning Bolt, so there's that. Don't think I want to play into the Ugin, which just came online. It's just O-Stone. That's just as good for our opponent. Then again, we're going to Bolt Face, go to combat, they sack the O-Stone, we cast a Blood Moon. That doesn't lock us out of Delver. That's not the worst. We can still play Delver on our following turn. They're going to be able to O-Stone the Blood Moon. Ooh, they're going for it now. That's not typical. Usually they wait until our attack step. That's okay, though. That is completely fine. They didn't have a follow-up play, which is what I expected. I figured they'd have an egg, maybe a map, bolt the opponent's face. What do we got? Another island. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Play Delver. Definitely playing Delver. I like how their lands got split up after Moon resolved. That's pretty funny. They found the forest into an Ancient Stirrings. So sooner or later, probably won't take them very long to get out of this Blood Moon. Which means Delver needs to do its job, and it needs to do its job quite quickly. If the opponent has a Fatal Push and a way to produce black mana, we could be in big trouble. Swamp entered the revealed card zone. They can't play that this turn. We might just hold on to... Here's a second O-Stone. Delver, if you could transform off of something really good, that'd be great. Ancient Grudge? That's actually really good. If we do this, we can't counter Fatal Push, but I think that's an acceptable outcome. They enjoyed the fact that we top deck this. 2 luck. I agree, that was very lucky. They don't have any zeros, so I don't mind tapping like this. Ancient Grudge off the top, right after they play an Oblivion Stone, I definitely agree is an amazing top deck. The opponent with 6 mana, Wormcoil Engine actually not that scary when we have Ancient Grudge in the yard and a flying threat in play. They do still have a lot of things I'm scared of, though. They're letting us untap, and we drew a mana leak. We might have this. Even if we don't, we might have a good few turns to top deck a burn spell, or the one Snapcaster Mage we left in. Thragtusk costs 5 mana. Oh, we can counter that even if they have a land. So that's pretty good. Thragtusk, I'm thinking of ways they can gain life. The opponent gaining life would be bad for us. Here's a World Breaker. That gets to blow up Blood Moon. This actually has reach, so we're definitely countering it. No way we let that resolve. And I believe we just took that game. Blood Moon gonna hit the dust. Bite the dust. I've said hit the dust on this channel before. That's apparently a thing I do. That's weird. That is very much weird. I believe we won. We're waiting for the opponent. I don't know what they're doing. Not sure if I spelled absurd right there. Don't know. I should look that up. I'm not really great at spelling. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed that video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. 2-1 in this current league. Heading into match 4 shortly. This is exciting. Obviously, I'm just always excited to play Magic, so don't take my word for it. If I'm excited for Magic, that doesn't mean the Magic is going to be good. That just means there's Magic to be had. Anyways, see you guys in the next one.